I think this one, bro.
This one's better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing the V02 MAX test.
So the wider one, yeah?
Yeah. Not the long one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me a sec here. It's free. I don't know if you want to change that or what.
It looks fine. Yeah, it looks all right.
And actually, we're going to start with an InBody. I forgot to tell you that. So
yeah?
it comes with every test comes with an InBody.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever done one yourself.
Is it where you like hold
Yeah.
the things?
You want to do one?
Yeah, let's
Or-
do it.
Yeah. let's do
Yeah. InBody test. I have to go bare feet?
Yeah, shoes and socks off.
Okay.
And anything that you think will add weight or stuff like that.
Okay, the heart rate's on, but whatever.
That's thumbs on there. Straight arms, slightly away from body. No talking until it says you're ready to go. So today, Eric over here is doing our V02 Max testing here at Manus Health Co. It comes with a free InBody. So the InBody basically tells us his muscle mass, body fat percentage, and kind of how even both arms, both leg, and how much muscle mass in his trunk. It'll also tell us how much visceral fat's around his organs. After that's done, we're going to go into the mask fitting. So how it works is basically this is our breath analyzer, and this is our mask. Kind of looks like a Bane mask, but it's a lot more comfortable. So every time he breathes, it's going to get sent into this machine through this kind of filter. So he's going to start with a nice and easy warm-up, 10 minutes moderate, 4 sets of 30-second sprints, and then after it's a 3-minute easy jog. And after that warm-up period, it's going to be every 2 minutes, up by 0.6 miles an hour until he can't go anymore, followed by a 3-minute cool down. And after that, we'll kind of see his report. They'll tell us his aerobic fitness, fat burning efficiency, all that stuff. And if he can, he'll try to beat Charles over here at #1 with his V02 Max. He said he's approximating 60 to 67, somewhere in between that, so we'll see. So once he gets his report, it's going to tell us everything about his training zones, if his recovery capacity is good and everything like that, so he can kind of work on those things. So for example, if he notices that his recovery capacity isn't good, he can focus on some deep breathing right after hard efforts. And especially, I think most important for him, if he's training for a BMO, is his training zone. So he'll actually know his zone 2, zone 4, zone 3, everything like that with accuracy and not just the assumptions of the watch. Yeah, so you can keep that. I can get them to scan it into your file so we can just have it.
How does that look like?
Okay. So the things we're looking at here are just muscle mass. So how you kind of read this is with this bar, anything over this middle area is higher than average. Anything lower than this is lower than average. And everything in the middle is just average for your kind of height.
Okay. Lower than the gray.
Yeah, lower than the gray is below average. Gray is average. Above is good.
Sick. So we're chilling.
Yeah, so it looks really good. We don't really go over BMI anymore for obvious reasons. It's not as accurate.
Yeah.
The beauty of this machine is actually the segmental lean analysis. So it'll kind of tell us how even you are between both arms, both legs, and the trunk, and the visceral fat level. So this is kind of how much fat is around your organs.
Right.
10 is kind of the average. Anything lower is decent. Anything higher is
Okay.
bad. And why I asked for your phone number here is if you ever do it again, it'll kind of give us a graph on how you're trending.
Sick.
So people like to use it for kind of weight loss, muscle mass growth, kind of just to.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're good. That's good. Yeah.
Athletic.
Yeah.
The gray is the average. So body fat, I'm way below average. Muscle mass, above average. Weight, average. Victim weight. Visceral
Yeah, so his
fat,
Garmin says
low.
60.
The weight around the
He
organs.
did the Cooper test and it said 67.
No belly fat.
So he's approximating
thing.
around there.
No beer bellies around here. I did the Cooper's test like 13 weeks ago. It said 67. So I got
That's
like
a pretty good indicator. Like that's quite strong.
yeah, and then my Garmin says 60, so I should be in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll hit it. You'll hit it. Are you used to running on treadmill though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't die on this. Like,
No,
don't
we're
push
good.
it to the point that you like fly
We're
off.
good. I've done
That-
like tons of half marathons on a tread.
Yeah. That's the only thing. It's like you push it. It's like, oh shit. Like what's gonna happen if I like can't push anymore? You just like fly off.
Yeah, the plan was to come here and fall and sue.
Okay, we got doctors. Make
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
Okay,
let's see.
Yeah,
I'll
thanks,
kind of
man.
go over the
Nice to meet you.
protocol.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
So this is what we're looking at. This is the actual protocol from PNOE. I'm going to get you to warm up a little bit longer. So 3 minutes, we're starting at 6.2 miles an hour. That's the warm-up speed.
Yeah.
Every 2 minutes, we're going to bump it up by 0.6 miles an hour at 1% elevation. Once you're ready, you're done. Press stop. We're going to do 2 to 3 minutes of just back to 6.2.
Okay.
Or we can walk it if you really need to, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, let me just
So it's like a 15-minute warm up.
approximately,
Yeah.
yeah. We want to get everyone nice and loose because I think that's one of the biggest things is that the 3 minutes maybe not enough for a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't want anyone pulling a hamstring or anything
Yeah,
like that.
that's the thing, right?
I'll be back. Let me calibrate the machine, and then we'll start the warm up before we hook on the mask. Yeah.
Okay, that's sick. Yeah, 'cause I can actually breathe.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
at least once we're done warmed up and our body's actually warm, then we can just start with the program.
Okay. Ready to crush? I think so. If I don't, I'll be surprised.
We're gonna start just zone 2, whatever your zone 2 miles an hour is.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's gonna be around 6.25.
Yeah, it's like
something
6.2.
Yeah, so we're gonna start there for 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm just gonna track the run on my watch so I get some miles in. It's gonna be loud in here, eh?
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's always loud in here. We're just gonna go at this for 10 minutes. Once we hit that 10-minute mark, so at 20 minutes, I'm gonna crank it up to about, would you say 8, around 8 miles, 30-second
From when we
sprints.
actually start it?
Yeah. So
Yeah, 8's fine.
yeah, so at 20, I'm gonna crank it up to 8.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go 30 seconds, 8, 30 seconds walk, 30 seconds, 8,
Okay.
30 seconds walk.
That's just the warm up.
Yeah, that's just the warm up, yeah. We haven't strapped you on yet to the mask.
Yeah.
So. But other than that, I mean, the mask should go on fairly well if you tried it on and you saw what was
Yeah,
comfortable.
the wider one felt nice.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Sometimes you might get a mark after, but that's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah, it's
fine,
all good.
And then I'm gonna kind of talk about while you're going. I'm gonna talk about what I'm looking at the iPad.
Yeah.
You can just nod. Don't talk once the mask is on.
Okay.
The backpack's on. The backpack does have to go on sort of tight so that it doesn't bounce around.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of tests where it wasn't tight enough and then the wires fell out. So
Okay.
we're just gonna get it nice and tight.
Yeah. Do whatever you gotta do, man.
Yep. Just in case you're wondering why I'm putting everything on so tight,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
to reduce any kind of errors.
15 minutes, yeah. 10-minute zone 2. And then I think he said 3 or 4 sprints.
Because 10 to 15 minutes is about the sweet spot, we find.
Right. Before people give up.
Yeah.
So you're just cranking at 0.6 every minute?
Every 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 0.6, yeah. Just a couple of tips when you're running. Try to keep your head up. I know a lot of people tend to look at this. I'll be responsible for this. Just try to keep looking straight so it also helps the mask kind of not fall down. Okay, we're gonna start the warm-up stage now. So we're gonna go 6.2. Yeah, he's chilling right now. I'm just hoping it doesn't skip back. Yeah, that's the only thing. But the mask fit fine. It was just your mask fitting that went away. We got about another minute in the warm-up stage. So the pink line over here is how much oxygen you're breathing in. The blue line is how much carbon dioxide you're breathing out. Basically, when you're exhausted, you're going to be breathing in a lot more CO2 than you're breathing out O2. That's kind of my general guide to see if people really push themselves physically. I'd like to see that kind of blue line and that pink line intersect and possibly even the blue line go on top of the purple line. And I'm also monitoring your heart rate. So if you're 28, I'm just using the age predicted, but I'm sure you'll shoot past the age predicted line. Weird. That one and that.
Depends on where it's grabbing it from. Could be anything.
It could be his watch. Yeah.
That one is so up in the air.
That one, yeah.
It doesn't match it.
Surprisingly, my Koros one's pretty close. Koros says I'm at 53.
That's whatever the algorithm is.
Yeah. I heard the best is Sunto for approximation, like their algorithm. Oh yeah, Koros got back to me, bro. They're gonna kill my watch. This one, they're like, don't send it in. Doing Australia, I was only relying on, and we were going about this pace, so it's about the same. I think he maxes out the speed on the treadie. I think he'll hit 200. Good, good. Keep going, keep going.
Straight out, straight out. There you go.
Went back down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go another. Come on, pick up the feet. Go, go, go. There you go. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
You're good? Okay, we're gonna go back to 6.2 and we're just gonna do a nice and easy zone 2 jog. Good job.
Well done.
Well done. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of show you now what it looks like and what I'm looking at here. Okay. So your heart rate from just looking, it was like 186, around there, 186, 187. This is what I was looking for right here. This kind of crossover point where the blue kind of starts to take over the purple, which means that you definitely push yourself past that limit.
Yeah.
You actually held it for a pretty good time too. So yeah, good. Got about a minute 20 left of the cooldown. So the cooldown is actually really important because it's gonna kind of track how fast your heart rate can recover from a hard effort like that. Good, we can take off the mask now. You can. There.
Sorry, man.
Oh, bro, it's way harder than I thought. That was yeah. Because you're holding for those stages too, right? We're not just. But that was good though. Yeah.
Probably still beat me.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
You did well. You could tell if somebody kicks up.
All of a
and
sudden.
then out of nowhere, your like legs are gone, right?
Yeah.
It feels weird. It's crazy.
You kept telling me to kick up my feet, and I realized, oh yeah, they're lagging.
Yeah. Yeah. You could tell it was like coming close because your legs started to drag a bit.
I was just
Hopefully
like, I
that
just kept
helps.
saying 10 more seconds.
Yeah.
And then after 10, I was another 10.
But yeah. That's the mark we're talking about. But that's the mark of a good seal right there.
Yeah.
You aged.
Yeah, aged 10 years with that.
So I should have the results by tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll email it to you, and then we can set up another meeting just to go over the results, kind of what we look at generally. But yeah, should be here tomorrow. I'll email it to you, and then we can set up another time to go over them. The most important part in the results are kind of the training zones for you, especially.
Yeah.
I know you said you don't really do a lot of easy work, but
Yeah.
it's kind of going to give you a baseline to see where you should be running at zone 2.
100%. Yeah.
It does give some kind of dietary guidance too, but we don't.
Yeah.
We can take it with a grain of salt, right?
100%. Yeah, that was fun, guys.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, no, that was good. Yeah, that's pretty much
yeah.
it. I mean.
Yeah, that sucks.